Upon seeing you, Aranka cries out with joy. Ah, there's the one who will tell us what to do. She gestures for silence. A couple of weeks ago, we had ourselves a great party in the camp. Wine and songs had lifted our spirits so high that our laughter was heard by the most curious visitor. Her name is Wise Thunder. She's an Azata and a traveller from Elysium. Interesting, another Azata, like Early Sunset. Though Early Sunset seems a bit sus so far. She liked us so much that she stayed with us through the night, and in the morning she called herself our eternal friend. Then she promised her retinue would always answer the crusaders' call. What does that mean? Oh, we unlocked a decree. Ever since, volunteers has been arriving at our camp now and again, folks who've met Wise Thunder and were impressed with her tales about us. And just the other day, an entire unit came, all of them worshippers of Cade and Kalian. We got along straight away, but it just didn't feel right. Here we were, having fun while your soldiers were toiling away in their services, all bored and sad. So we figured that the Canaanites should enlist in your army to boost their morale. We went to recruiters and said, we're here to help, to serve and cheer everyone up. Rough officers took one look at the volunteers and anonymously refused to let them near the troops. They alleged that the Canaanites would What's wrong with me? They alleged that the Canaanites would ruin any semblance of disciplines in the army. I'm fine with discipline, but why be such jerks about it? You could find them jobs suited to their strengths. Ask him to help recruiters with attracting people. The Canaanites are renowned for their eloquence. Or task them with intelligence gathering. The adventurous streak would lead them into the maw of Lamash to herself. They'd return with valuable information. Who exactly is this Wise Thunder, and what kind of retinue does she have? Oh, she's a wise one, alright, and very perceptive. She's genuinely disgusted by all forms of tyranny, and her entire retinue shares this sentiment. In her travels, Wise Thunder is always accompanied by her loyal Yama Azatas, enchantresses and freedom fighters. Many of them were so moved by our courage that they wished to become our friends too. Is that Early Sunset? Yeah, right? How can the talents of the priest best be used? I think the best option is to ask him to recruit for the crusade. These adorable drunkards have silver tongues, more than enough to convince even the fiercest skeptic. And they do enjoy traveling. Adventure is in their blood, and their legs are swifter than the wind. To top of it off, the accidental god has generously blessed them with luck. You can always count on that. You can always count on that lot to stumble upon a lost purse or buried treasure. Early Sunset clears his throat. The flames of this argument were fanned by pride, not by the citizens of Mendev, but by those who came to their aid. These brave Canaanites should show a modicum of respect and at least pretend to respect loyal customs. What a shock it was to hear that waking up on time or marching in formation could crush a person's free spirit. This attitude speaks to an unhealthy fragility. I think actually the recruiting new soldiers would be the best, so let's take that one. Aranka gives a decisive nod. Ensure that the eloquence will attract more people to our cause, both those who will become crusaders and those who can aid them. Even now, they have plenty of friends willing to shed blood for their freedom against the forces of tyranny, or demons, or mortal kings. They cannot. This feels strange. We're in this together, spilling blood and fighting the same demons, but it's still difficult to understand one another. I'm glad we have you. I'll come to you right away the next time we have a falling out. Okay, that was easy enough to handle. And I love this whole chaotic freedom aspect of the Azatas. It's really fun. But I mean, then again, I also really enjoy playing chaotic good characters. And I think that's very fitting for an Azata. But the quest isn't resolved, so we still have to talk with Aranka. Guess just once more. The absence of an answer is an answer too. Anonymous. You're my dear friend, Ilkis, but sometimes I just want to shake you. Yes, Desna's our goddess, but she's the goddess of freedom. We mustn't follow her blindly. There's no arguing with you when you are being stubborn like this. Perhaps Logan Aldori can make sense. You're having a disagreement over an important matter. We learned that you found and restored one of Desna's relics, the Bell of Mercy. We believe it should be moved to our court, but Aranka disagrees because... No, I explained it better. The bell is a sacred relic with the power to frighten away demons. It's not really needed in Dresden, as the city is protected by the Sword of Valor anyway, but it could prove useful here. And yet, the thing is, an ancient relic with a history of its own. We didn't create it. All we can do is use it. To me, it feels like too much like singing other people's songs instead of writing our own. The god just appeared before our very eyes. That's what makes it unique. Its music should be unique too. That's why I want us to craft and enchant a musical instrument of our own instead of using the Bell of Mercy. I think the just do it yourself and create something unique part I really like. Good idea, Aranka. We have a song of our own and it should be played on something we created ourselves. I knew you'd understand. I start working on our way to make music then. And while we're at it, I wanted to work on our little song, on Starward Gaze. Do you think the new version should be more cheerful or more tranquil? It possesses a special kind of power when you perform it, so changes might have consequences. All the way for cheerful. I mean, it's Logan. He is cheerful. I prefer a more cheerful version. Great, I'll do it as you prefer. Drop by when I'm done. It'll take a while. Right. That ended the quest. Let's try to rest here. Or not. Yeah.
Can't make the demons wait.
Don't want to rest twice. And I mean, we are very close to present, so we're gonna rest anyway soon. Quick save. And hello, Dresden. Let's start on the streets. Nice. I like that we have time to look around and are not immediately pulled into the quest. The Midnight Fane. So, we have... It's interesting that Above the Clouds is not finished yet, this chapter. We also don't have like any open part. Okay. Maybe let's start Arueshalae Tavern. Where is it? Maybe because we passed here first, let's go first to the Iomedae Seelah. The music. Just increase the volume a bit for myself. It's really one of the nicest and most epic songs in this game. But there are really many nice ones. Let's have a look.
Do my eyes deceive me? The victorious Knight Commander himself has paid a visit to my shop. Such an honor, such an honor.
A dignified dwarf in luxurious, beautifully adorned garment bows to you before turning to Seelah.
You are most welcome as well, Iomedae's faithful. It is a pleasure to see so many brave crusaders within these walls. I am Derek Sunhammer, the jeweler. This shop is one of many that I own.
It looks very fancy with those golden cupboards. Master Derek himself. I heard the only place one is likely to bump into you is at the royal reception.
Not at all. My wares are expensive, not least because I have to buy costly metals and gems and also pay for the security of shops and workshops throughout Mendev and beyond its borders. My prices limit the circle of my clientele, But that doesn't mean I myself shun it, or those not in possession of a noble title. Master Derek gives you a warm smile. I must say, I'm very glad to see you here. Oh, what a wholesome dwarf. Why exactly did you decide to open a shop on the front line of the war? There are two sides of me, if I can put it that way. I am both a merchant and an artist. For the artist in me, the crusade is a limitless source of inspiration. In recent years, I've crafted very few delicate items, plants and flower patterns, you know. My current preference is for heavier, larger jewelry, dark metal, expressive gems and cool colors. Everything that reminds me of steel armor, the calming weight of a shield in your hand, the clash of weapons. But the merchant in me sees something else in resin, a risky but potentially fruitful new market. If you succeed in your noble cause and defeat or at least push back the demons, the city will thrive, and whoever is first to make a splash here will reap their rewards. Those are my motives, inspiration and greed in equal measure. Master Rogue makes a helpless gesture. Seelah wants to talk to you about something. You have my full attention. The dwarf strokes his beard. It's simple, Master. You might remember that a while ago Sir Alan of the Hound Hearts ordered a ring from you. A silvery ring with a blue-green gem. I would like to buy something similar, but I only have this much money. Seelah shows him a coin purse. If what Seelah is offering is not enough, I will help. Come on, Logan Aldori. Seelah's embarrassed. I only invited you along for advice. I can handle the expense myself. I wonder, he seems to be quite pricey. I mean, look around. You have like this whole atelier and you have just like 5 pieces of jewelry. Oh, I would advise you not to reject the commander's help out of hand. With his participation, I can offer you something truly special that fits your description perfectly. A ring with a blue-green gem, just as you've described. This is one of my last creations, and I'm very proud of it. Alas, your own funds, my dear, only enough for my plainest ring, and the gem in it is not the right color. Logan puts 1,000 gold coins on the table. We need the very best. Seelah sends you a grateful look. Master Derek lowers his head respectfully and retrieves a box from the bag on his belt, opening it to reveal an exquisite ring with a glittering blue-green jewel. He let the light play on the gem's facets and placed the box in Seelah's hand. This is a special item, and I'm glad to see it go to someone as worthy as yourself. How could the commander's friend be anything but? May it bring good fortune to its owner. Interesting that he has it just prepared. So I guess he has more than just those things. No, if you'll excuse me, I don't usually make sales in my own shops. I've got 'em for that. Besides, I prefer spending my time at my workbench, not behind the counter. But I was glad to serve you, Commander, and your valiant companion. All the best. I wonder if we'll meet him again. If he's so special. Where did he go? Well, that's done. Seelah stows the ring box. Come with me to the barracks to get the ring to Alan, will you? After that, we can go to the tavern and have a few drinks. Are you happy with what you bought? Well, yes. The truth is, I just needed a reason to talk to him and show that I wanted us to patch things up. I'm not great at this friendship stuff, but I'm trying. Alright, let's go. Darkness. My only dealings with jewelry were back when I used to steal it, even remembering. Dresden is a nice little town, and since we got here, it's really transformed. It's looked better than ever. I don't care what anybody says. I like life in the Crusade. So many different people, and everyone has been... Way too fast to read, I'm sorry. It's so fast. It's just nice bantering. I tried. I also don't think it would be good. Why is she just not walking and just sliding? Like on ice. Whee-oo! Ah, Seelah, Knight Commander. Then seems a little discomforted. Discomfited. I never heard that word. I'm good to see you. Ah, not this again. Well, to avoid drawn-out conversation, I just get to the point. I got you a gift. It's, well, a ring.
To replace the one cursed all.
Oh, Seelah, thank you so much. But you shouldn't have. I already apologized to you for how I behaved back at the camp. And I say it again, I don't blame you for anything. We fought shoulder to shoulder here in Dresden. Can we just let bygones be bygones?
Sure we can, but take the presents. The wedding is right around the corner.
That puts the ring in the knight's hand.
If I may ask, do you still distrust me and the power I've granted, Alan?
The knight endures your look and answers smoothly. Yes, Commander. I still have my doubts. I'm just a warrior. I have faith in the god's will, but I'm used to relying on things I can understand, things I know. An honest sword, a prayer passed down through generations. Don't take it as a sign of disrespect. It would be more disrespectful to lie to your face.
Well,
but... You distrust anything you don't know for generations? That's, well, not very open.
Did you know we found Jana? After she ran off, she was taken prisoner by demons.
So I heard, and I'm not surprised. She didn't just let us down, she let herself down too. Wow.
Compassion. Not found. By the way, when is the long-awaited wedding?
Very soon. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. To Seelah, I guess, or to us. It would be a tremendous honor if you would come to my wedding. We're going to hold it not far from the walls of Dresden, to the east, toward the river. Seelah's already been invited. Now I'm asking you.
He's actually asking us?
Even though he distrusts our powers. You showed so much kindness to me when you helped me look for that ill-fated ring. I simply must repay you somehow. Besides, Kiana would simply love to meet you, and I can't deny her anything.
This is great. Say you go, Logan Aldori. We'll have so much fun.
I'll be there. Sure. Thank you, Commander, and you, Seelah, for the gift. Wedding Meadow.
So long, my friend.
Seelah turns to you.
Thank you for coming for a walk with me. It's nice to take a breather between fights sometimes. I hope we have a good time at the wedding. All these battles and divine powers, we need to make sure we don't lose touch with ordinary life.
I'm all in for the fun. Don't have to convince me. Okay, so the question is, do we continue with the other companion quests, or do we just go to the wedding? I think it might be cooler to just go to the wedding. Can I get out? Ah, I'm up here.
Wrong exit.
Outside? Outside. So one of them is the right outside.
Is it? Especially for the very, very fast loading times of this game in general. It takes so long when you change where you are inside of the city. Okay, I think now we can go? Yes. Yeah, I would say we go for the wedding, because I think it's just nice to have it a bit more together and not start like many companion quests and just have them all together. Our corruption is gone. But we should still rest to get away the death's door condition. So let's rest. But that means we will wake up in the Citadel. That means we will see all those dialogues and interactions. Anyway.
I don't know how I lived without beer up till now. Beer alone was worth coming up to the surface for.
And you still haven't tried good wine.
I can so imagine Seelah trying out all different sorts of alcohol to taste with Lann. Rhianniath. I don't recognize her. An old half-elf woman bows to you. She's stately despite her years, with grey strands in her carefully combed hair and graceful figure. Rhianniath, representative of Frizzdazzle & Co., trading house in Nerosian, at your service. The woman hands you a business card printed on expensive paper with gold lettering. have a formal offer for the merchants of Dresden regarding the procurement of construction materials, and a more personal matter, which I'm afraid only you can help me with. Do you want to trade here? Yes, for a while. I have a product sample of what our trading house has to offer. If you need something, you will easily find me in the fortress. But to be honest, I can discuss supplies with your subordinates. So, what kind of personal matter? Rhea looks around. I would prefer not to talk about it here. Please find me in the fortress, then we'll talk. Alright, I will find you then when I have time. Rhea bows again. Thank you.